So last week I applied for the new Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card. This is how it went. So a little bit about why I really wanted this credit card. So a lot of my expenses are travel and dining, and the Chase Sapphire credit card would have fit really well with how I spend my money. The sign-up bonus for the Chase Sapphire Preferred was recently increased to 60,000 points, which, if you redeem it through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, is over $750. Probably more if you transfer the points to airline partners. A little bit about the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It gives you 2 points for every time you spend on travel and dining. And travel encompasses a very broad range of things, including parking and tolls and trains. It's not just airfare. You get a lot of perks with it, and it's a Visa card, so it's accepted internationally and doesn't have a foreign transaction fee. In my head, I thought, the benefits outweigh the $95 annual fee. So a little bit about my stats when I applied for this credit card. According to Credit Karma, my TransUnion credit score was a 741 and my Equifax credit score was a 743. Granted, Credit Karma uses something called a Vantage score rather than a FICO score, and even though it's a decent estimate of where your credit score is, it's not necessarily what your true credit score is. That being said, I thought that I had a good chance of getting accepted for this card. I have 2 credit cards, both of which I've had opened for longer than a year, probably about 15 months at the time. And I have a really good salary as a physician assistant. No student loans, but I think what really hurt me was the fact that I just applied for a mortgage. So on my credit report, it shows that I'm $130,000 in debt, when in actuality, the mortgage was probably a smarter move than renting, being that I do want to stay in northern Jersey for a while. I am so bummed that I didn't get this card, but things happen. So in actuality, I didn't get the official denial letter, but when I called the phone number, basically the line said, you'll hear back from us in 30 days. And then when I called again, they said, you'll hear back from us in 7 to 10 days, which, if anybody knows, if you get that message, it pretty much means that you didn't get the card. Chase also has a rule called the 524 rule, which basically means that you can't have applied and have opened 5 credit cards within the last 24 months, or else you'll automatically get denied a Chase credit card, regardless of whatever credit score or credit history you've had. This was primarily the reason why I applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and I hoped to get it. With the Chase Sapphire Preferred, they offer 2 times as many points on travel and dining. On travel, I spend about $2,000 a year, and on dining, I spend about $2,400 a year. So if you say that each point is worth 1 cent, essentially you're getting 2% back. So for me, that's $88 in savings. However, if you redeem it through the portal and you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, each point is worth 1.25 cents. This probably means that I get about $110 in savings after redeeming through the portal, at least. In addition, the sign-up bonus of 60,000 points equals about $750 at least if you redeem through the portal, and probably more if you transfer Chase's points to their airline partners. After accounting for the annual fee of $95, this would save me, personally, $765 a year. So yeah, I was pretty bummed that most likely I didn't get the credit card that I wanted. But it might have been a blessing in disguise. Around this time, I also did get approved for another credit card, the Uber credit card. So the Uber card is very interesting because it gives you 4% back on dining out, fast food, and Uber Eats, 3% back on hotels and airfare, 2% back on online purchases and Uber, and 1% back on everything else with no annual fee. So this ends up giving me about $161 in savings a year, but the sign-up bonus is $100 after spending $500, and they give you a $50 subscription credit if you charge more than $5,000 on the credit card per year. In addition, the Uber credit card also offers mobile protection, which if you're valuing mobile protection at $15 a month, which I was paying at Verizon, that would be an extra $180 in savings, which would mean that for me personally, so I would save about $491 in Uber's bonus categories per year just by using this card. So yeah, you may be thinking to yourself, well, for you, it would make sense to get the Chase Sapphire Preferred because you're saving $765 as opposed to $491. Except, what if it doesn't match my spending pattern? I took a look at how I spend my money every month. And about $1,700 goes to my mortgage and my HOA and my electricity. But other than that, I've optimized my saving rate so much that I'm only spending about $700 outside of living expenses a month. In 3 months, I'm spending about $2,100. But in order to get Chase Sapphire Preferred sign-up bonus, I would have to spend $4,000 in 3 months. This essentially means that I would have to change my spending habits to spend an additional $1,900 just because I'm so focused on the sign-up bonus and all the benefits of having this Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Whereas, as before, the Uber credit card has saved me about $491, not costing me anything and not forcing me to change my lifestyle. We get so enamored by that sign-up bonus and all of the bonus categories and credit cards that we end up spending more than what we usually would. And we're playing right into the hands of these credit card companies who want you to spend more. That's how they make money. So in conclusion, yes, you can save a lot of money with these really great credit cards, but you also have to make sure that it makes sense with how you live your life. For me, it doesn't make sense to go $2,000 out of my way to get a sign-up bonus. There is no perfect credit card because everyone spends their money differently, and different cards are meant for different people. In order to have the best credit card combination, you need to be able to optimize your spending and your saving and make sure that your credit card complements and enhances that. Don't get fooled into thinking that you're saving money when in actuality, you're probably just spending more money than you normally would and making those credit card companies that much richer. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for staying tuned. And again, thank you for my very loyal 4 subscribers for commenting on my videos always. I always have a lot of fun making these videos. And by doing this, YouTube really keeps me accountable of having a tight grip on my finances and being a responsible adult. So yeah, until next time, bye YouTube.